My name is Ed Coker. I've been shooting probably 30 years. The last 10 years, I've been heavy into coaching. I absolutely love the sport. I've been very competitive my whole life. I raced motorcycles up until I was 62 years old. Have a farm. I'm now retired and enjoying life, and I just absolutely love helping people become better shooters.
Well, excellent. Well, I'll tell you what, a couple weeks ago, you and I had chatted. You had a tech support issue that I was helping you out on. And you told me a couple of really interesting stories, and I'd sort of like to go through and cover some of that. So at that time, you had you had a story about your gun fit with a new gun. So why don't you sort of take us through that whole episode? Because that sounded really interesting to me.
Okay, first, I just want to tell you thank you for allowing me to share my experiences with the shot tracker. And I think what's really important is the fact that I purchased my shot tracker because I saw the value in it, and it's been way more value than I could have ever considered having. It's been very beneficial in the training with my students and also with gun fittings, and I'm proud to be an owner of one of them. Well, I guess you could say I found this out by mistake. I had a gun in my vault that I hadn't shot in several years. I took it out to the range and was shooting 5 stand, and I only shot like 70%, and which is way under my average, and I really didn't understand why. So when I got through shooting, I stopped by the pattern board, and the gun looked okay. I remembered that it fit well. It was comfortable to shoot, and just chalked it off as being a bad day at the gun range. Well, when I got home, it really started bothering me because I'm such a perfectionist. So put the shot tracker on my gun, went back out to the field, and I shot a couple of the same right to left targets and left to right targets, and discovered that the gun was shooting about 80% low and about 80% to the right. I went, hmm. So I shot some more targets to verify that information. The exact same results came up. So the first thing I did is with my comb, I fixed the height of the gun, got it where it needed to be. The second thing I did was fix the left issue, and got it where it needed to be. And then I shot that same pair like 20 times with a 100% kill ratio. And it wasn't until I got home where it dawned on me, what? The shot tracker is really, really cool. I never thought about using it as a tool to help me adjust gun fit, but that's exactly what it did. And uh, I've continued to use it to this day to adjust my guns. I probably check it on a regular basis at least once a month. And I now use it when I'm doing lessons and as a secondary measurement when I'm doing gun fits for people.
Okay. All right. So that sounds like you've figured out a very useful way that I had not anticipated when I created this thing, as that it would really help out in terms of on the gun fit side of the world. You also had another story you told me about and this was about a tricky tower shot that was I think messing with one of your students.
Yes, sir. I went out to our local club and do some practicing, and they had about 100-foot tower shot with a hard right to left crosser, probably about 50 yards out. They had the spring cranked up where that bird was hauling. And then I had a quartering shot from the same tower going away. And I only had about a 30% kill ratio on that. And it was like, huh. Let's get back to the reasons why we miss targets. Number one, we don't have a plan. Number two, we don't follow our plan. Number three, it's beyond our level of expertise. And number four, we handicap ourselves somewhere. Well, in this particular case, it was beyond my level of expertise because I normally don't have the opportunity to shoot tower shot. So shot cam to the rescue, put shot cam on the gun.
Shot tracker.
Shot tracker. I apologize. I put shot tracker back on the gun, and I noticed that my lead was perfect on the targets, but I was shooting below them. And it never dawned on me that I couldn't shoot at the nose of the target. So all I did was look at the top of the target and start shooting a little bit above them and just started killing them left and right. the options were I could have sat there and wasted a lot of ammo shooting at these targets trying to figure it out, or maybe having somebody there to help me. Uh, well, I did. It was Shot Tracker. Within just a few shots, I was able to discover what I needed to do to be successfully hitting those targets, and versus wasting a lot of ammo. Uh, and I've used this on multiple occasions, and now all those sight pictures are in my mind, only because of the Shot Tracker.
Well, excellent, excellent. I'll tell you what, how do you normally incorporate the shot tracker in your coaching with your students?
The Usually during training sessions, when I'm coaching, there's three issues that pop up almost immediately. Number one is the stance. Uh, Without a proper stance, you can't be consistent when you're shooting. And I wanted to know how important that stance was versus your gun fit. And so I actually set up a jig at my shop, and I was able to leave the stock of the gun in a fixed position and raise the barrel in increments of, it could be a 16th of an inch, 30 seconds, eighth of an inch, or so forth. Well, I set up targets at 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60 yards. And with the laser in the evening where I could actually see it, I was absolutely shocked how important it is for that gun to shoot where you're looking at. At 30 yards, raising the barrel only an eighth of an inch was 18 inches off of the target. At 40 yards, it was 2 feet off the target. Now, when you think about it, you can still hit the target with that much of the shot pattern being off of the target. But if you're off just a little bit, then you're going to miss it. That's why some people have more problems with hitting targets that are left to right or right to left because of their gun fit. And when I'm giving lessons with people, the very first thing that I work on is their stance. And that's something that they can do at home. They can stand in front of the mirror. They can get a laser in their gun. They can follow seams in the wall. They can put dots on the wall and mount their gun over and over again where it feels natural, becomes involuntary. Why do professionals practice? So it becomes natural. It's involuntary. And that's what needs to happen with that gun. When they mount their gun, it should be in the exact same position every single time. So I work with the students first to make sure their stance is accurate, because it's hard to fix other issues if their gun is pointed in a different direction every single time. Second thing that I notice is that a lot of them try to measure the target, which means that they're trying to adjust lead so it's accurate to be able to break the bird. You can't do that with a gun, because the second you look at your barrel, the gun stops and you shoot behind it. The second issue is that they raise their head without knowing it. They've done it for so long, it's involuntary. The reason they raise their head is so they can actually see the target. At some point, the barrel will actually cover up the target, so they raise their head to be able to see it. Well, when they do that, they shoot over the top because the barrel is going to follow your eyesight. So I work on those issues. Once I get their stance correct and they practice at home and they're doing well with the stance, the next step is I actually will attach the camera to their gun. We'll go for a lesson. And if they're measuring the target or if they're lifting a head, you can actually see it on the graph of the shot tracker. And when you show it to them, having a visualization of that pattern is so much better than trying to tell them verbally. And it works like a charm. And it shortens those training sessions up where they understand more. They advance faster. It adds a lot of value to those sessions.
What would be the value that you could see if your students also had a shot tracker of their own as far as self-correction down the road? I mean, because you're not standing by them all the time. They want to go out and shoot while they're out there by themselves, and they need something in order to help self-correct. What do you think about the shot tracker as a self-correction piece of feedback?
Well, it is a fantastic tool. Why anyone would want to shoot and not have that available to them is beyond me. A lot of my students have bought the shot tracker and been very successful with it. There's two sides to it. Number one, you got the gun fit issue with shot tracker, and then you also have acquisition of the target. And if they go out to a field and they have their shot tracker on there, they can see if they're raising their head. They can see if they're stopping the gun. They can see that, hey, I'm shooting behind the bird, or I'm shooting in front of it, below it, or above it. It's a great tool. It's not any different than them using it versus me going out and shooting that tower shot and having an unsuccessful rate of hits with those targets until I saw what I was doing wrong and fixed. It's a fantastic tool. Uh, I think we had discussed this earlier, but my grandson bought or he didn't buy. He started playing golf, and he's doing the tournament thing. For Christmas, I bought him a golf simulator. And I was shocked at how much information that simulator made available to the golfer. Things such as their swing, the ball speed, the flight path, the angle of the club as it hit the ball, the distance of the ball. It's a ton of information. The shot tracker is basically the golf simulator of the clay shooting world. It provides you with the information that you need to be successful. The other cool thing with it is that people develop bad habits when they're shooting. And as they continue shooting that way, they just develop to those bad habits to the point it's almost extremely difficult to correct them. The shot tracker helps them to do that. As I said earlier, they can see when they lift their head or if they're stopping the gun. Where if the bird actually gets in front of the gun and they have to swing to catch up to it. So it helps them with their hold points. The other cool thing is it's also a great tool for shot pattern. We were talking about the tower shot earlier, I can actually see the shot pattern on the screen of my phone. And I say, hey, it's pretty wide. I might need to tighten up on this particular bird. Or I need to put a lighter choke in there. So it starts training you as far as the distance of the birds, which chokes to use. There's just so many benefits to it. It's kind of hard to sit there and talk about all of them at one time. But like I said, I can't imagine anybody not wanting a shot tracker. When you think about it, golfers have the clubs they need to be successful. Fishermen, they get the supplies that they need to be successful. A baseball player, make sure he has the right glove and the right bat. What do we do as shotgun shooters? We buy a shotgun, we get shooting glasses, we get hearing protection, maybe a vest. But why not get a tool that makes us better? And the shot tracker does it.
Excellent. That's wonderful feedback. How has the customer service been for you guys?
Oh, second to none. You guys are absolutely fantastic. I would recommend anyone to call if you have any questions or concerns. Jim, you answer the phone. You take care of it immediately. I don't think there's ever been a company that I've dealt with that's been more concerned about its customer satisfaction than Shot Track.
Well, that's wonderful to hear because that's sort of how I'm spending my time, just trying to take care of everybody and keep everybody out there as happy campers. Would you have any other perspectives that you think for our social media audience that you could, any insights or any perspectives that you'd like to throw at them?
If you're not interested in becoming a better shooter, Shot Tracker is not for you. If you want to shoot better than your buddies or you want to become the best shooter possible, Shot Tracker is a tool that you have to have in your bag. I absolutely love mine. I use it on a regular basis, like I said, with gun fit, trying to figure out targets, why I miss targets and so forth. It helps you with the acquisition of the targets, understanding your swing, your shot patterns, how your stance affects your scores. It's just a fantastic visualization tool to help you become a better shooter. Shot Tracker is a tool that makes all of this possible. Why you would want to just go out and shoot ammunition, waste a lot of money on ammunition, and not have something to help you get better is beyond me. I heard a saying not too long ago I thought was pretty cool. It said, amateurs practice to get better. Pros practice not to miss. So the Shot Tracker is a tool to help any pro. You think about it, pros go out and they spend tons of money in gun fitting. you gain a little bit of weight. Now the gun doesn't fit you anymore. So I was saying earlier, 1/8 of an inch is 18 inches at 30 yards. So having that gun fit you perfectly, the shot tracker will help you do that. It will also help you shoot better, help you understand how to hit the targets, what the shot patterns do. It's just a fantastic tool. It's worth every penny you'd ever spend on it.
I think that pretty well wraps up the questions that I had in terms of this. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, sir. Other than everybody needs to call Jim up and order a shot tracker. It's the only tool to have in your bag.